I've known for a long time that programming is at its best when it's simple, comprehensive, and easy to maintain. I just finished some work in Superspace Galaxy that illustrates this principle well. As all vividly remember, Superspace Galaxy lets you fly a spaceship over randomly generated planets at great speed. To achieve this, I use a system of 220 tiles that wrap around the screen. If you go left, the tiles that leave the screen on the right then wrap around and appear on the far left again. You're really seeing the same set of 220 tile objects, just displaying different graphics. To achieve this, I needed a fast, reliable system to refresh individual tiles in all the right ways. That includes showing the right type of terrain, making collision boxes, updating the map, and showing an appropriate graphic that connects the tile to the surrounding tiles. In the early days of Superspace Galaxy, I was still figuring things out, so my code was full of lots of little hard-coded exceptions as I discovered new things. Looking back, I kind of regret how I did this. Hard-coded exceptions may seem expedient at the time, but each one makes your code harder to read, harder to maintain, and just work less reliably. It was only recently that I finally made a proper tile graphics scheme that showed me the conditions for each graphic. This made it much easier to program the exact conditions without feeling uncertain. I find visualizing things like this can be a huge help. Creating a comprehensive system like this forces you to understand your program in a more explicit way. For instance, I used to have certain tiles make certain hitboxes in a hard-coded ad hoc way, but that meant I didn't have to understand the exact conditions for special hitboxes. Now I understand that tiles that relate to one that's of a different elevation need extra collision boxes. In Clickteam Fusion, a lot of the heavy lifting in systems like this is done by arrays, and I have a tutorial about arrays on this channel, so if you want to see that, there's a link in the description. Go to it. I went through a similar process with the game's items. Originally there was a lot of hard-coded lists that were difficult to add to, but now all the items that take up space in your cargo are part of the same overall scheme, numbered 1 to 38. If I want new items, they'll be easy to add to this new system too. As well as being easier to maintain in the long run, I find that following this strategy just lets you make better games. The weapon system in Superspace Galaxy is based on a set of 49 numbered weapons. Without making a robust set of variables that determines how weapons work, there's no way I could have done this. Because all the weapons ultimately share the same principles, I can have confidence that they all work. It also means it's easy to add any new ideas I have. It's tempting to think that your ideas are so creative that they could never be boiled down to a simple set of abstract variables, but trust me, they can. Work out the principles beforehand, and then program them into your game. As usual, my only regret is that I didn't do this more myself. Shout out to my Patreon followers, Thunderchicken and IJK. Also, big up the heroic game dev members. You guys know who you are.